Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Gemknight RPG. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this tabletop role-playing game in the magical girl style, powered by the Tiny D6 system, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about archetypes and traits. Archetypes represent broad categories and concepts that can be used to quickly identify the role of a Gemknight. Each archetype confers a Gemknight a set amount of heart points, an archetype trait, and a list of options on how many traits and power traits are allowed at character creation. Let's talk a bit about each of these archetypes. First, we have the Gem-touched. Gem-touched are knights who have an unusual affinity with their gemstones. As they embody the values of the obelisk, they are determined, honest, and brave, and are imbued with the primal forces themselves. They are quite sturdy, and when it comes to their archetype trait, it is Chosen One. You select an additional power from the power list during character creation. Then we have the Controller. Controllers do not direct themselves against a single target, but can entrance, distract, confound, or otherwise engage multiple targets simultaneously. They may seem to be the weakest of the Gemknights, but they are powerful in taking charge of the battlefield. When it comes to their archetype trait, it is Crowd Control. You may use any power that does not directly inflict damage on up to 3 targets rather than just one. Then we have the Defender. Defenders are Gemknights who are there to keep everyone on track alive. They are often team leaders, putting the well-being of others before their own. They are the sturdiest of Gemknights. Their archetype trait is Protector. Once per turn, when an ally is hit, you can choose to take the hit yourself. Then we have Expert. Expert Gemknights may possess some mild power, but for the most part they are fueled by sheer determination. Both body and mind are honed to a razor's edge, so they are always prepared. Their archetype trait is Mastery. You may not select more than one power. You must trade out the rest of your powers for traits from the trait list. However, you gain 2 additional traits. Then we have Striker. Strikers are Gemknights in the vanguard. As fierce combatants, they focus on taking out the opposition as quickly as possible, hitting them true and hard. They are also decently sturdy. Their archetype trait is Powerful Blows. The damage you deal cannot be reduced below 1. Then we have the Mastermind. Some Gemknights have such awareness of the battlefield that they are able to inspire and command others with ease. They might not be the de facto leader of the team, but they have potential to guide them to victory. They are not as sturdy when compared to others. Their archetype trait is Leadership. As an action, you can direct your allies in battle, executing complex plans, surprise tactics, and ensuring victory. You may choose 2 targets to gain advantage on their next roll. Let's talk about some of the traits. They are pretty self-explanatory. For example, Acrobat. You gain advantage in tests to do acrobatic tricks, such as tumbling, long-distance jumps, climbing, and maintaining balance. There is Animal Guardian. You have an animal spirit linked to you, accepting you as its friend and master. So there are many. You have Berserker, of course, you have Brawler, you have Cleave, Healer, Lucky, Marksman, Shield Bearer. When it comes to power traits, they come in 3 tiers of strength. Powers may take any form you wish in visual manifestation, but the powers function the same regardless of their visual appearance. Powers are also noted by a passive or active tag after the title, in parentheses. This indicates whether the power requires an action to use, that is an active power, or is always on, a passive power. In addition to any power traits a Gemknight might have, based on her archetype, all Gemknights also have the Gemknight transformation power, which is considered tierless. By uttering words of power and making a cute yet defiant pose, sometimes tracing runes in the air, a Gemknight becomes skirted up and has access to all powers conferred by her gemstone. As a corollary, If the Gemknight can't speak her words of power or her movements are restrained, she can't transform. The power traits are also pretty self-explanatory. The included powers here are not exhaustive. If you want to come up with new powers, you can talk things over with the Game Master before the session. Remember that all of the powers come in tiers, allowing you to enact greater effects, produce more devastating or beneficial results depending. You have Air Control, Armored, Blast, Darkness Control, Earth Control, Electrical Control, Energy Absorption, Flight, Force Field, Mind Control, Facing, Super Jump. There are just too many. I think they cover pretty much everything. If for whatever reason you think that a power is missing, you can either modify one of these existing power categories in order to come up with the right power for your character concept. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about weapon proficiency, skills, and many other things. There are some popular superhero games out there that have just a few traits, features, and powers, and they cost a lot, and they expect you to buy many other supplements in order to complete the role-playing game. But the Gemknight RPG comes with more than enough, and for the value, for the price, this is excellent. This is 263 pages and they are so complete. You're going to be able to create any magical girl concept with all of the tools included here. And it's such a simple system. So this is great. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.